Hi, my name is Josiah Shelley. I lead digital strategy at Jan Kelly. Welcome to today's jam session. So today is all about quick wins, where we're gonna empower and help marketing leaders grow their teams and their businesses. And so I'm gonna jump in. If you have not seen this before, this is our growth framework. You can jump back to a few previous episodes and just get a high-level overview. But today we're gonna be talking just about the second section. So this second section, it's called quick wins. These are the things that we can do as marketers to drive results in the next 90 days. So let's unpack what a quick win really is. So first thing, low effort. We don't want to define a marketing activity that's going to take our team 2, 3, 4 weeks to complete. We want to define a marketing activity that we could do in a couple hours in an afternoon that would actually move the needle and show results. So if we're going to find something low effort, maybe it takes 4 to 8 hours for a team member to do. But the important thing also is that this quick win is measurable. Because if we do this activity, we want to make sure that we can actually put a piece of paper or pull data from this activity to say we actually did something that added value and made change. And so this is kind of the idea of putting constraints around a marketing tactic or something that we're going to do to show these measurable results really quickly. Because it's very common in the marketing world, maybe we spend a little too much time thinking about strategy, and although that is an important foundation sort of pillar to building out your plan for the year, we also want to think about what are those like 1, 2, or 3 things, and a couple years ago it was commonly referred to as like low-hanging fruit, but let's put some more parameters around that. So it's low work effort, 48 hours, measurable, and something that we can really hang our hat on to say we're making improvement. So I'm going to go through a couple examples of what that might look like today. Now, normally this would come out of perhaps a digital assessment, an overview of competitors, to really understand where your opportunities are. But for today, I'm just going to give some examples so I can get you thinking about what might work. The first one. So you probably have an email list. A lot of marketers, that's maybe an digital asset that they inherit when they start their role, or something they build out with their team. And their email list can be one of the highest ROI tactics from a digital perspective, so it's really valuable. But this is something that we can leverage to actually create a quick win somewhere else. So maybe you have your emails currently on Bronto, little marketing automation tool, or maybe you have MailChimp or Eloqua or something else where all your emails sit. Cool thing you can do is actually export those, and you can import them into different tools. And so this is an example of Google Ads. You can actually take your email list. So let's say you have 100,000 people on your email list. You do an export and you import that into Google Ads. And what Google Ads is going to do is try to match how many customers are there actually within the Google Ads platform that they can target. And so maybe coming out of that, you actually have 40,000 people. So now you can actually enter into advertising on Google's marketing platform, and you can actually target the existing customers that you have, which generally is a safer place to start within a marketing environment because you already know that these people are interested in your products, perhaps they've purchased in the past. So this can be a really targeted list, something easy that you can begin to do some marketing within Google Ads. And just as another example, you can actually take your email list, and maybe you've had this discussion internally, you're like, oh cool, you know, Snapchat's out there, but do we know if anyone is actually using it from within our customer base? Well, you can actually take your email list and you can do Snap Audience Match. So that's something where you'll match your customer list with any Snapchatters. And so you can actually find, oh, okay, if we had 100,000 people on our email list, and then we bring that into Snapchat, maybe we have 15,000 people. And you can obviously begin to market through that targeting, but you can also validate and speak to other people to say, we assume that there is no one really on Snapchat that's using it from our customer base, but actually there is. So it's something you can do. So that's like a quick win example of taking your email list, which you probably have, and bringing that into either Google Ads or the Snapchat platform. I'm just gonna give you 2 more quick examples as quick wins. Next one, perhaps you have a website, obviously super common digital asset. This is a tool called Hotjar, which is pretty cool, and it allows you to easily create some surveys that you can then put on a site. So these are some questions that you might want to be asking your customers. This one's, were you able to find your size? This other one is, can you let us know what size and for what product you're looking for? So you can begin to collect feedback very quickly from your website. Maybe you didn't know if your blog was actually useful. You had lots of people on it at a high bounce rate. You're a little unsure as to what we should do next. Well, you can ask a question. Do you find this content valuable? What else would you like us to talk about? That kind of thing. So it's a cool little quick win that you could apply, get results measurable very quickly. And just looking at another one, Google My Business. Who doesn't love pizza? So this is just an example of creating a Google My Business profile if you're a retailer and you have retail locations. And obviously you can see here that near me searches, something that is growing year over year. So people are interested in finding what's around them. So if you haven't looked at your Google My Business profiles, claimed them, added the details that you want, you need to do that, because then you can actually pull, when we talk about quick wins need to be measurable, we can pull analytics on how many people are actually clicking directions or call, or saving this or going to a website. So that's like something that you could do in an afternoon, get it all set up, claimed, done, and then you can actually pull analytics to see the result of that. So these are the types of quick wins that I wanted to share with you. In your context, it may be a little different. I think it's really helpful to think about, what are those constraints? Like sometimes we talk about creative thinking and we want to give lots of freedom. That's good, but sometimes you can get a lot of creativity in constraints. When you say to your team, okay guys, this quarter, what are our quick wins, right? What are those things in the next a 4 to 8 hour project that you can actually show measurable results and actually look at the analytics and say it's working? I think constraints are super powerful. So think about that. Like this quarter, what are those quick wins that you're gonna get? That's gonna help grow your team, grow your business, and that's the purpose of this. So stay tuned. Thanks for joining me on this jam session, and signing off.